Hello, welcome to the latest episode of Driving with Dan, episode 16. Today is the 7th of March, 2018, and it is Geneva Motor Show this week, so there is a lot to talk about going on in the car news. I'm going to turn on my light, because you can't actually see. There we are. Yes, so, also, outside there's light. That means there's going to be more light in the videos. For everyone that complains, oh, you need to put a light on, natural light is going to come in and it's going to look amazing. And I got a haircut since the last episode. Look at that. Very nice. Right, so yeah, so it's the Geneva Motor Show at the moment. It started Monday? Tuesday. Started Tuesday, which is yesterday, because today's Wednesday. Amazing. Yeah, so lots of new cars, but I sort of highlighted my favourite ones, which is the McLaren Senna GTR. Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR Pro, then there's the Toyota Supra, but it's not actually the Supra yet. We'll get onto that. And then the Jaguar I-Pace, which is quite an interesting one. Then we'll just talk about the rest of the cars. I'll just go through some photos so you can see them all. Then there's Top Gear, episode 2, that's come out. That'll be very good to go through. And then Hoonigans to end. So, lovely. We're going to start driving. What time is it? Yes, I've got to go. But it's amazing, I can see what's going on. It's like it's almost summer. Apart from it is 6:30 and going dark. Not quite summer yet. But I ramble on, yes I do. So, let's cut to driving. Right. Yes, I'm back. Let's go. Yes, so, in Geneva this week, I think my favourite car is the McLaren Senna. So, there are some stats with this car, which I have forgotten, and I've got them written down. What is it? So, it's going to be making, they haven't got official stats yet, I think it's 800 as a minimum brake horsepower from the 4-litre V8, and there is someone right in my side of the road. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Right. Yeah, so as a minimum, it'll be making 800 brake horsepower from the same 4-litre V8 twin turbocharged from the McLaren Senna. But the car weighs, I think it's 1,200 kilograms. No, 1,000. It only weighs 1,000 kilograms, which is stupid light. So yeah, it's just under a 1-to-1 power ratio. It could possibly be a 1-to-1 power ratio if they manage to find 200 brake horsepower in that V8. Of course, same as the Senna, there's no hybrid system, but one thing it does have instead of the Senna is downforce. It's going to make 1,000 kilograms. Yeah, kilograms of downforce, which is a stupid amount. So essentially, if you think of that, you have the same amount of downforce as it has got weight. So you'll be able to drive it upside down, in theory. Don't know what speed it has to be at to get 1,000 kilograms of downforce. But that is just ridiculous how much that is. They're only making 25, not road legal, and here's a picture. You can see why it's not road legal. That splitter is huge. Actually huge. Alright, someone just put on the reverse lights. Not nice to see you when you're behind someone. Yeah, so huge amounts of downforce. That splitter on the front, I think I could lie down on it and not across it. I could lie down parallel to the car, which is massive, that thing. And then if you see there's sort of like kinks on the end, I don't know much about aerodynamics, but I think that thing will grip at high speeds. So yeah, it's a race car that can't be raced in many series, but it will be very, very fast. I've heard some stats, people saying it's going to be the fastest car from McLaren, just shy of an F1 car. I can believe that. But I don't know whether it means fastest, whether it means like it's fast around a certain track. I don't know. I don't know what they mean by that, but I can agree. But yeah, there's not really much about it that it can race against, apart from the Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR Pro. So here's a picture. So as you can see, it is completely different to the Senna with the way it's designed. So not so much visual aero, but it built much more like a Formula 1 car, with the fact that the wheels are sort of off it a bit. Lots of nice smooth looks, so I think it's a lot prettier car than the Senna. Also, it's got 1,100 brake horsepower, so that is 300, well, at most 300 more than the McLaren Senna. And it weighs, I think it was 1,000 kilos again. So same weight as the Senna, but way more power. So that's over a 1-to-1 power to weight ratio. What? So essentially you've got a car that looks like an F1 car, but looks like it does, mental, that has more than 1-to-1 power to weight ratio. And yeah, so essentially it's an F1 car with a prettier body, and it doesn't have a halo. Instead it has a roof, like a car should. Yeah, no, really interesting. So that's two cars that I didn't think were coming out of Geneva, that all of a sudden I'm very excited about. So then, yeah, I think if we see a head-to-head of those two, that'll be very good. And I don't know what Mercedes are going to do, because of course they've got their Project 1, which is the sort of Senna Valkyrie rival, but that's just they haven't come out with anything hardcore. So the whatever it is, the Valkyrie and the Senna GTR, they all just absolutely trump. They will just trump the Project 1 as soon as it comes to a track. So there must be a hardcore version of the Mercedes coming out soon. Must be. Otherwise, I don't know why they haven't. I'll make one, but I won't make one. It might be the slowest. That was a Civic Type R back there that had half of its bumper off. It'd been a bit of an accident. Yeah, so, lovely surprise to see from McLaren and Aston Martin. And yeah, I want to see a head-to-head track battle. Other car from Geneva then was the Toyota Supra. So this isn't the actual production-based Supra, which we're still waiting on, but it is sort of a look at the car, and you can see it's got a lot of design elements, as we all expected, from the FT1, which is the concept. There's a picture. And then here's a picture of the actual Supra race car that's, well, it's a concept still, but here we are. Yeah, so you can see where the similarities are. They look almost identical, and I think we can imagine that the road car Supra is going to have sort of the same sort of look as that, which is all good because that looks fantastic. Of course, it's going to be a bit softer with less aero and stuff, and the headlights look a bit out of proportion, but I can't make that decision yet, can I? We've still got all that aero on it, and I think we have to wait and see. But wow, that thing is going to be popular, and especially if that's built on the same chassis as the BMW Z4. I don't know what differences will be, but there we are. Imagine that, V6, twin turbo. Sounds fun, doesn't it? So yeah, that should be coming probably end of this year, now they've released that. Yeah, so that's it. And then the last car from Geneva that I was really excited about is the Jaguar I-Pace. So actually it revealed just before Geneva, literally in the 2 days or something before. But this is Jaguar's first 100% electric vehicle. And I think the big thing about this is it's beating the Germans to the 100% electric sort of SUV stuff to rival Tesla. And then the other thing is where it sits alongside Tesla. This is a lot cheaper. And I mean a lot cheaper. I think the starting price for the I-Pace is about £60,000. But then the Tesla is over £70,000. You're talking £10,000 less for a Jaguar electric car, which I think I'm jumping to conclusions a bit, but I think I would rather have a Jaguar electric car than a Tesla. When you look at the build quality of Tesla, I don't think I would pay £70,000 for that as the base, let alone with that thing going up to £150,000 for the Model X 100D. So, and there was a video, which I don't really trust, that came out on, was it Autocar? Or maybe Auto Express. And it was a sponsor video from Jaguar, and it showed a drag race of the I-Pace alongside the Model X, the 100D as well at that. And apparently it won, but it was a sponsor video from Jaguar. I don't really trust it. I want to actually see a proper video from an unbiased company do that drag race, but it did show it winning. So if that's true, if the I-Pace is similar sort of performance of the Model X at half the price, you'd be stupid to buy the Model X, apart from if you like gimmicks. But then with that, you get an awful build quality. So, staggering is that. But again, we need to see more of it on the road. We need to see more before I can really make these decisions. But, wow, well done, Jaguar. Sort of being very quick to this electric world. And I think their slogan's like electrifying everything with the I-Pace. So, yeah, nice. So, next topic. Oh no, here we are. So this is sort of all the pictures from everything from Geneva, not my photos, I do not own them, whatever. But here we are, there's the pictures. So there we are, everything looks lovely, very nice, good year this year. It's sort of coming up, and I think everything should be released this year, next year, whatever. Right, so yes, the next topic, so many topics today. Top Gear, so they had episode 2 that came out last Sunday, again on BBC 2, 8 o'clock, rest of the world, I don't know. But yes, they had their new show, episode 2, and it started off with McLaren's. Again, it's very McLaren based as well. So yes, they started off with the McLaren P1 and the 720, and they did a head-to-head. And this is sort of a head-to-head that everyone's been talking about, no one's done yet. And they were at Portimao in Portugal, and they did sort of a head-to-head, and they're saying that the 720 is slower. What did we expect? But not by much. Again, what do we expect? McLaren didn't want to outdo themselves with their fastest car, with a £200,000 sports car, but they're just shown they can. I think they were half a second off, which is ridiculously close, in a lap time at Portimao. I think it was 151 point something for both of them. So, yeah, mental. So really, really cool to see, and that's Chris Harris, of course, driving that. So beautiful shots of him drifting. And then it sort of went on a bit. Oh, nice Bentley. That was a nice Continental. Yeah, then they sort of went off a bit, and it was Matt LeBlanc and Chris Harris trying to find Bigfoot. Yeah. But essentially they were trying to test out these off-road vehicles that are essentially toys off-road. But yeah, it was a bit of a weird episode. It was quite hard to watch at the time. I won't spoil it, but the Stigger's in it at the end, which is all quite fun. It's quite clever. And yeah, it was quite fun. It wasn't quite episode 1, but I really, really did enjoy the McLaren head-to-head. Well done, Top Gear. I think that was a bit better than the Grand Tour. I didn't say that. Yes, so on to the last topic, because I'm nearly at my destination already. We've been so busy. The last topic is about Hoonigans, as I always talk about. And what is it? Thingy. Yes. So the Ute, which is their project car they built for Forza, way back at SEMA last year. They sort of rushed it together and never got it working. Whilst now they've actually got it working. They've sort of the last few episodes they've done a build episode of everything they've had to change since they did the SEMA build, which is everything. And the most recent episode today did a burnout. Yes! Did quite well at his burnout too. Hurt was driving it and he nailed it. Yeah, he did pretty well. It was lovely, smoky burnout. And then, yeah, really enjoyed those. And also their MX-5 build, which is a rude word, I'm not going to say it. Yes, their MX-5 build as well. They drove that as well and did some drifting, got everyone involved, which is really fun to watch. You can't see me. Yeah, so both their project cars they've been building recently have been running, which is really cool to see, because it's really fun watching a build video, but by the end of it, you do actually want to see it driving, and they finished their MX-5 build a while ago and didn't drive it, but now they have, and it was great. So go onto the Hoonigans videos, and if you want to see some cars drifting and do burnouts and tyres shredding, go and watch that. Very fun. Yeah, I think that's it. Summed up Geneva from what I remember. There's a few other cars, so of course the 488 Pista was there, Huracan Performante Convertible, or Spider as they'll call it, that was there. What else was it? The BMW M8, yep, that was there. Yeah, so loads of different stuff, loads of really cool stuff, and it was all very good. Right, what time is it? I'm a little bit early. Yeah, no, it's been a good Geneva, and I want to be there, but I can't because I'm busy. But yeah, no, thank you for watching. I have arrived at my destination. I'm going to turn on my light again. There we are. Double checking, make sure I've got everything. Yes, I have. Yes. No, I lied. I've lied. Just remembered, the McLaren Senna isn't 1,000 kilos, it's 1,200. It says that's a maximum. So it's going to be less than that. So it could be 1,000, but might be slightly more. Especially where's wet weight, not dry. Yes, right, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this rather light episode, actually. Because it was light outside. Lots of cool stuff from Geneva, and probably by next week there might be some more updates and stuff and that, so please watch that one. And again, I'll probably be talking about Top Gear and some YouTube videos and hopefully some new cars as well. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, and this video has been my longest driving with Dan so far, bar one, which I didn't upload. Cheers!